Hi again, everybody. Robin Hook with you from Old Burdick's Bar and Grill. We're in Wings West in Texas Township, and I'm joined by the Coach of the Year in college hockey and a little guy to his left called the National Championship Trophy because the Broncos are the national champions. Coach, what a weekend it was in St. Louis. Kalamazoo took over St. Louis.
We really did. You could feel Bronco Nation just all over the streets, all over the city. And then, during that championship game, it felt like a home game, honestly, for us. It pushed our players forward, helped us win the national championship. Thanks to all the fans that came down.
What a week it was. It was kind of a whirlwind, man, and you can't even take a breath because the way those games went down. And let's start with the Denver game, I guess. Went into overtime, then another overtime. But you guys are used to that.
We are. Obviously we beat Denver 2 overtimes just 2 weeks before that. But I thought we were the better team all night long. And, I think they had 8 shots going in the third period. And unfortunately, we gave up a 2-0 lead. But our team was going to will their way to that win, and you could feel it. We just kept coming and coming and coming. Of course, Owen Michaels buries the top shelf for the game winner.
Yeah, and that was a tremendous game between, by the way, 2 teams out of the NCHC. So much for that garbage about the NCHC being down.
Well, the NCHC lost 1 tournament game all year this year, and it was when we played each other. That was it. Obviously, our conference is the best conference in college hockey. Won 7 of the last 9 national championships. We always say iron sharpens iron. It prepares us for the postseason.
No disrespect to Boston, but that kind of felt like the championship game to me when you played Denver.
There's no doubt. Obviously, Denver's a high-quality program. So is Boston University. They're well coached. Coach Pandolfo does an exceptional job. But again, we were going to impose our will on Boston University. We came out there, kind of bullied them a little bit. And I thought we were in control of that entire game.
Well, Owen Michaels scored that game winner in double overtime against Denver. Did you get a good look at it?
I did. It was actually a little bit of a broken line rush play. We kicked it out. We drive through like we always do. Bounces off his stick, comes right onto Owen's forehand, and he just rips it top shelf. That's a goal in any league against any goalie.
And he had 2 goals in that game, and then you turn around, you get ready for Boston University, the Terriers out of Hockey East. They had a tremendous season. They had a slew of teams in the national tournament, and Boston and Western Michigan, the final 2 to survive to the championship game. And when you went in that game, what kind of game were you looking for?
We're looking for exactly what we got, and we knew that they were a high-skilled team and they can make plays, and if you give them time and space. But our kind of MO is no time, no space, and really separate them from the puck and challenge their will to play at our tempo, our speed, and our physicality.
They had a slew of draft picks, first-round draft picks, some great players. One common theme in that game, though, there was 2 freshman goaltenders playing against each other.
Yeah, they imported a Russian goaltender at Christmas. I'm not even sure if he speaks English, but anyway, he's really good at hockey. He's a huge kid that has had an exceptional season for us. But we had hammer in net. We feel real good about our odds there.
You got the lead. You took a 3-1 lead there after they tied it up. You got the 3-1 lead, and what were you thinking then when you're up 3-1?
I was actually comfortable that entire game. I just felt like we were imposing our will. We had territorial advantage. We had puck possession advantage all game, and I just felt really good about it. I could feel it on the bench. Our players were not going to lose that game, and led by our captain, of course, Tim Washy. He really imposed his will on them.
Ty Hendricks got the 3rd goal, a beautiful play by Cam Knuble going to the net. Ty got the rebound, put it in, and Owen Michaels scored the 4th goal. And that 4th goal, man, Bronco fans were starting to feel it.
Well, I think I was starting to feel it as well. It was a big-time play by Owen Michaels, and kind of a scrum around our net. Felt a little dangerous for a second, but we talk all the time about skating out of those scrums and how sometimes when you're tired, you don't want to skate out of those scrums. And here's Owen Michaels, lugs it from our net all the way down to their net and rips it in. And big-time, national championship winning goal.
The 5th goal, though, was just hard work by Wyatt Shingothi, who maybe played his best hockey as a Bronco in late March and April.
Oh, Wyatt was a warrior for us in the playoffs and certainly in the national championship game. Gets the opening goal in the national championship game and then gets that big-time assist to double seal it. to make it 5-2. He throws it up front, and Euro Hakkarainen's had exceptional rookie season for us. Amazing winning hockey player, an amazing human being, knocks it right out of the area in the net, and then it was for sure over.
Yeah, I got the empty netter. And how about your freshman goaltender, Anton Sukinski? Goodness, man, they were really getting into his grill, and some of those goals were borderline, I thought. They counted both of them, and he was getting mugged down there in the goal crease.
Well, there was an old rule I used to play by: when the goalie covers the puck, the whistle blows and the play ends. But that seemed to be kind of up for grabs there in the national championship game, as they just jabbed at Hampton for several seconds after he covered it, and they counted a couple of them. But I've said all year that there is no moment too big for this young man. I think he proved that and proved me right for sure.
Oh, he made some huge saves in the third period. We were all focused on the goal scoring, but man, he made some big stops.
No doubt about it. He's, I didn't think he had a lot of work, but there was some quality work he had to make in there. And the calm which he does it is what we all marvel at, because it doesn't seem that hard to him, even though we know it all is.
Coach, we've watched this tournament for years and years and years, and you see the team that wins it fly off the bench, their sticks and their gloves and everything's going all over the place. And we got to live that. We got to watch our team do that.
Hey, I was ducking and diving gloves and sticks as they were coming at me on the bench. It was something else as they go on the ice. And, they were flying this way and flying that way, and the coaches were hugging, and we were jumping up and down. And the fans were going crazy. What a scene. What an amazing atmosphere down there, and what a win for our team.
I think we might have had too many men on the ice in the final 2 seconds.
I think there were several too many men on the ice. And, I got asked the question down there after the game, and they said, Coach, first time you've ever been in a national championship game, and how were the nerves in that last minute? I looked around and thought, well, I just was really taking it all in, Rob. And when you're up 6-2 in the final minute of the national championship game, you actually want that clock to slow down so you can drink it in. It's probably the only time you ever want it to slow down.
So everybody else is on the ice. You were behind the bench with your coaches. What did you guys say to each other then?
Well, it's a group that cares about each other as on the ice, the players and the coaching staff cares about each other too. We're all best friends, and just a great moment to share together. And then, all game you look out at the ice, and then we got to go on the ice and we got to look back up at the crowd. What a special moment. You could really feel and see Bronco Nation at that moment.
They were really into it, the fans. Oh man, can't thank the fans and the lunatics enough for coming and making it feel like a home game. I mean, that chant was going the whole night long. And the band was there, and the Spirit Squad was there, and then you go back to the hotel, and it's a mob scene back at the hotel.
Yeah, I don't know if that friends and family only memo got out, Robin, but there was several hundred at the the celebration afterwards, and we loved every second of it. I saw so many alum that I played with, that I knew, and they were all there. They traveled in from all over the country, all over Canada, to be present and be part of our big moment.
The MVP of that night might have been my broadcast partner, Alex Goodman, who scheduled a plane for 12 noon the next day.
Stone cold genius.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk more with the head coach of the year in college hockey, the coach of the national champion Broncos, ranked number 1 at the end of the season. We're at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill, Wings West, coming right back for more Bronco talk after this timeout.
Burdick's has burgers, not burgers, burgers. All natural, honest to bigness, bona fide, aged steak, beef, burgers. Or chickpea. And Burdick's has beer, not beer, beer. Whether it's winning the big game or winning at life, it all happens right here at Old Burdick's.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg. If you've been driving around, you've noticed empty lots and no new cars. We understand how frustrating this can be. That's why we've done the legwork for you. We're getting in CPO shipments from coast to coast to bring you the best late model vehicles with certified warranties. Don't get taken advantage of with markups on new and used cars. We make sure you get the best value for your car buying dollar. Maple Hill Auto Group, for value like no other.
Robin Hook back with you at Old Burdick's Bar and Grill, Wings West, Texas Township. And we're here talking Western Michigan sports on the Bronco Coaches Show. We're with the National Coach of the Year and a National Championship trophy to his left after Western Michigan captured its first ever national championship with a victory over Denver and Boston University at St. Louis in the Frozen Four. And Coach, you got back home and get ready for this welcome celebration. The guys ride home from the airport in some limos. You got a little limo ride through town, and then the limos were back for a Monday celebration.
Spectacular. We have a world-class athletic director, Dan Bartholomew, that really captured the moment, made it special for our players. Limos are waiting right there off the charter, and we take a special route through town. Streets are lined with thousands of people. We pull into Lawson Arena, it's packed. What a welcome home. What a special moment for the players and the coaches, for sure.
Had a big party at University Arena on Monday, and I tell you, your guys are incredible. They stayed there and signed autographs for almost 2 hours.
Oh, it's a special place and a special moment again. And like you said, those limos pulled right into University Arena. Big time arrival for sure. The crowd was amazing. The support was incredible. Fun night. And of course, our guys, this team is full of class, and these players are just great human beings. And I love that they stayed that long and made sure everybody got their signatures.
Coach, they come to Western Michigan to play hockey, to get a degree, and also to have an opportunity maybe to play after college hockey. And that's how you coach them. That's what you tell these guys when they come to Western Michigan. You're going to get a chance to go on and play. 24 hours later, Tim Waji's playing for the Anaheim Ducks.
We've had success with cranking out pro hockey players, and Tim is what a great example of just sticking with it. He had 2 goals last year. And comes back, he's our captain, leads on the ice, leads off the ice, leads with work ethic, competitiveness, and all the other things. And he also had a whole mess of points this year and led us in that way as well. And he's rewarded with not only a contract with the Anaheim Ducks, but games right away. He's played 2 games in the National Hockey League after our season. Incredible for that young man.
He was the National Player of the Month in college hockey. He finished with 16 goals and 38 points.
Amazing year out of Tim, and to see him get rewarded like that. Of course, we had Alex Bump as well, signed with Philadelphia Flyers. Cam Rowe signs into the Chicago Blackhawks organization, and Matteo Costantini, I believe, is about to sign as well.
Good for them. And you mentioned Cam. I'll tell you, Cam had an outstanding senior season. Hampton kind of took over the role there late in the season and ran with it, but Cam Rowe was a big part of this season.
Well, Cam Rowe plays every minute for 2 years, and he welcomes Hampton in with open arms, knowing he's going to challenge for ice time. Was nothing but a class act the entire time. He played every other game till late in the year, and Hampton kind of nudged him out of the net and took over. But, Cam was his biggest fan all year, pure class out of Cam.
Coach, you got a lot of good players coming back, and there's some new guys coming in. You got a recruiting class. Reportedly have done pretty well in the transfer portal already. We'll see how that unfolds here when you guys are ready to announce that stuff. But people want to beat Broncos and play at Western Michigan.
Well, they sure do. Those calls are getting easier and easier with more success we have. But again, we're trying to build something special here that players want to come to, and I think that is coming to fruition. Certainly this helps. Our new arena helps. All these things are coming to a head to make Bronco hockey great.
Coach, we always ask at the beginning of each season, where are all the goals going to come from? Well, we got a whole team coming back to score goals for the first time in a while.
It'll be the first time we don't get asked that question next year, there's no doubt. Just Grant Sukitski's line alone probably is real close to 100 points with those three, we have quality players up and down the lineup. You mentioned our rookies next year. It's going to be hard. I mean, this rookie class set a high bar for all the players, but I think we have some extremely talented recruits that have had a huge success in the USHL this season coming in next year. So we're looking forward to another quality group.
Coach, I can't tell you how many Bronco hockey alums I got to see. We see a lot of them that come back in the summer for your golf outing. By the way, better sign up for that pretty early. That thing's going to fill up. But it was so much fun to see those guys come back and just be part of the whole experience because, I mean, those guys are a big part of this.
They are, and it was a bunch of classes right around my class, a little before, a little after. We're not exactly young guys, Robin, and I took a picture with them after at the celebration afterwards, and they literally said we were all up there bawling our eyes out. So cool to invoke that kind of emotion and that kind of care out of our alum, which are outstanding, and this program doesn't exist without them.
All right, so you finally maybe get a minute or two with your wife, Stacy, and the family. What was that like? When you finally had an opportunity to take it all in, you're sitting at home, and what was going through your head? We just won the Natty.
We did. Actually, the best moment was right on the ice, and I could just hug my daughter, hug my wife. You know, if you're going to be a wife of a hockey coach or any kind of coach, there's lots of sacrifices, and you know, couldn't be more thankful for her. I got a world-class wife, and my daughter to get to be there as well and sharing that. Big time experience for us as a family, and that was probably the most special moment.
Yeah, and your associate head coach, Jason Herter, this is old hat for him. I mean, that's like Tuesday for him.
Tuesday in Jason Herter's world is winning a national championship. That guy's got more trophies and accolades than anyone around. He's the biggest winner I've ever met. How he's not head coach of some other program, I'm not sure, but we're extremely happy to have him, and we're gonna value every second that Jason Herter is with this program.
All right, finally, next steps now for next year, because recruiting and coaching really never stops, does it, anymore?
It doesn't stop, honestly, Robin. I talked to a recruit here before I came here today, and again, we're trying to build something that lasts, that's long-term. We're trying to be great every year. We're not going to be shy to say that. There'll be a year we're not great. Stick with us, everyone, when that happens, but it's not from lack of effort. It's not from lack of care.
All right, and you're getting used to these interviews now. You and I do them all the time, but man, you've been media darling here the last few weeks.
Well, you know, Zach just makes me do them all. No, I told Zach, I said, yeah, I'm yes to everything, and if we get a chance to promote Bronco hockey nationwide, statewide, locally, we're going to do it, and we're going to take every opportunity to tell people how great this program and how great this university is.
We're going to have to build a big old trophy case over there in Lawson Arena. Those are some massive trophies we got to put in there. They got the Penrose Cup, you got the Frozen Face-Off Cup, you got a regional championship, and then the Natty right there. We're going to have a nice big trophy case to showcase those.
Yeah, this little darling next to me is that's kind of my favorite, Robin, but the other ones are pretty special as well. And I will mention, you mentioned Jason Herter winning things. We did do one thing that Jason's never done before, and that's win the Penrose Cup, the regular season title. So one more to his trophy case there.
You know, and that's a good point you made, because the Penrose Cup might have been the greatest achievement out of all of these. I mean, that's a 24-game season. That's not just a weekend. And you won it.
Sustained excellence all year. It's what we're trying for. And we lost one game in regulation in the NCAC, the best conference in college hockey, tied for the record in wins. What an amazing season. Literally start to finish. 4 hockey games we lost in regulation all year long.
I don't know, I'm sure it's probably been done. We might have to look this up, but to win a regular season championship, a conference tournament championship, a regional championship, and the Natty all in 1 year, that's pretty amazing. There's not too many teams that have done that.
You know, it's interesting how hard that is, because you win the Penrose Cup, the regular season, there's an emotional high. Then the next weekend is, you know, you're right into the playoffs, and all of a sudden now you're fighting for the league playoffs title. Another emotional high, and then you got to regroup, reinvest, emotionally and physically back into the Frozen Four, and our guys were up to the task, and they were rolling, they were feeling it, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Well, Coach, appreciate all you've done, your tremendous hard work and efforts that got us to the Natty, and we got two of your players coming up here next, Grant Slukinski and Hampton Slukinski. What can you say about those two kids? What they did for this team, you kind of got them late in the summer, and boom, Natty.
Well, obviously I would say that's my best and most successful Zoom call ever, Robin, as we got the Slukinski brothers in here, and obviously the older brother Grant is a big time player up front for us, 30+ points, led through by example, led through leadership, led through play. Quality of play. It was just an amazing player for us all year long. And obviously Hampton and Net, we all saw what happened back there. The kid is just a rock, and but it's his preparation that allows him to be so calm back there. He prepares as hard as anyone and as well as anyone that have ever been around. It's truly a pleasure to have these young men on our team.
Coach, congratulations again. Thanks for coming out, and try to enjoy the summer. I know it's a busy time, but pretty hard not to enjoy when you got a trophy there sitting next to you.
We'll get some downtime and get to enjoy it for sure, Robin. Thank you.
Pat Firstweiler, the National Coach of the Year, the national champions, Western Michigan Broncos, under his tutelage here this season. We're going to take a break. We're on the Bronco Coaches Show. Coming up next, the pride of Warroad, Minnesota. Hampton and Grant Slukinski next. This is Western Michigan's Bronco Coaches Show from Old Burdicks and Wings West. We're coming right back after this timeout.
It all started with a war hero and wounded warrior. Sealy began on Portage Road in Kalamazoo in 1963. A lot has happened since then, and a lot has changed. But at Sealy, the more things changed, the more they stayed the same. Trust, customer service, and community.
I'm Lindsay Tarpley. Happy 60-year anniversary, Sealy Auto Group, from your friends and community partners at World Champion Soccer Academy. Go Broncos!
Attention Bronco fans. Looking for a direct way to show your support? Meet Roy, the mobile app that lets you back your favorite college athletes. If knowing exactly where your money is going matters to you, now's your chance to make a difference. With Roy, you choose which athlete receives your support, helping keep your favorite players on the team. Download the Roy app today and join us in shaping the future of your athletic program. Roy is a proud partner of WMU Athletics and the Broncos Will Reign Collective.
Get a fresh view in Kalamazoo. Wander museums, catch a show, and see a classic or two. Unwind, open up, try something new. Bike around, make a splash, and explore nature's hue. Hit the trails, grab a bite, then relax with a brew. Be curious, get loud. There's so much to do. Find all this and more in Kalamazoo.
Back at Old Burdicks Bar and Grill, we're at Wings West, Texas Township, off of 9th Street. Here talking Western Michigan hockey tonight on the Bronco Coaches Show. We heard from Coach Pat Firstweiler, now a couple of the Broncos who were able to raise that national championship trophy last weekend. We've got Hampton Slukinski, goaltender, and Grant Slukinski, the older brother and forward, who is one of the top scorers on this team. We'll start with Grant. And wow, did you ever dream of winning a national championship, Grant?
You know, growing up, it was always a goal of ours and a dream, but never knew if we'd reach this point. And to get here with the group of guys we had is it's a dream come true.
Interesting story with you two guys. I mean, you didn't have a home there for a while, not very long, but you made that call to Coach Firstweiler and hooked up, and And wow, it's been a ride ever since, huh?
Yeah, it's been a crazy past 10 or 11 months. Obviously, choosing to come here late in this portal season, I guess, it's worked out, and it's been one of the best decisions we ever made.
All right, this guy scored a big goal against Minnesota State. That was a game winner in overtime. That was a double overtime too, wasn't it? Yeah, double overtime.
Yeah.
Tell me about that play.
Yeah, just a big time play by Zach Neary. He had a phenomenal freshman season, and felt he really took a big step there in the second half. So just saw him take it to the net, made a big strong play, and got a shot on net, and I was able to bury the rebound.
Yeah, and you were kind of falling backwards, and the guys are mobbing you, and the place is going crazy in Fargo.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. We had great support all year, and certainly no shortage of fans there in Fargo.
Grant Zukinski with us. Grant, you guys went into overtime quite a bit there in the postseason, but you guys don't get rattled by that.
No, it just starts with our leadership. Tim Wash, he's the best captain I've ever had. So it starts with him, and him just leading the way, keeping us calm in the room, and just that belief in one another, belief in the guy next to you in the locker room, and ultimately we were able to get some big overtime wins.
How special was it for you, Grant, and for your parents to be able to do this together with your brother to win a national championship in college hockey?
Yeah, I don't even think it's sunk in yet. To be able to do this with my brother, who, this is our first season ever playing on the same team together. So for us to, have the season that we had and cap it off with a national championship is really special, and I'm hoping it sinks in here soon, because it still hasn't sunk in yet.
All right, so you go to the championship in St. Louis. You got to play Denver again. I mean, Denver's a really good team. I mean, a lot of people thought that might have been the championship game on Thursday night that went into double overtime. For sure. Yeah, Denver, the defending champions. They're well coached, highly skilled. They have William on the back end, so we knew it was going to be a battle, and to have that overtime experience in the NCHC Frozen Faceoff was good for us, and it was just great to knock off the defending champs. It seemed like every game there was a different hero, and it happened to be Owen Michaels that night. Talk about Owen Michaels and what he's meant to the team, and what it felt like when he scored that game winner against Denver in double overtime. For sure. Yeah, Owen Michaels is a big-time player. Getting here in the summer and in the fall start of the season, you can just see he has a phenomenal shot, and he works his tail off. So to see him score that goal, we were so pumped up for him, and I can't say enough about him. Just a great player, a leader for us. He didn't wear a letter for us this year, but just a big time play by a phenomenal person. And then you got your brother back there playing goal in a national semifinal. I mean, do you get nervous for him? He sure doesn't get nervous. No, I have complete confidence and faith in him back there. As First was saying before, just the way he prepares, the way he takes care of his body, just nothing but confidence, and he's our rock back there. We'll talk about it here in a minute with Hampton, but this dude is the most flexible guy I've ever seen. He's kind of like Gumby, man. The stuff he does. It's crazy. We'd be at a family Thanksgiving when, I'm 9, Hammer's 6, and our uncle will say do the splits, and he'll pop down and do the splits. So he's always had that flexibility, and obviously now he has to stretch a lot to maintain it, but no, he's super flexible. All right, hand that mic over to Hammer here. We call him Hammer, and Hammer, in that championship game, BU was getting a little rough. I didn't like the way they were treating you. What'd you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I hadn't really experienced that this year, but yeah, they were getting a lot of guys to the front of that and hacking away for sure. And I mean, yeah, those 2 goals. I don't know if they should have came back or not, but definitely maybe the second one. I was thinking, there's a chance that one was coming back, but yeah, it was kind of interesting for sure.
They got some great players on that team, but Chance and Hughes and Hudson and Collins just dancing around out there. But you stopped them all night long.
Yeah, for sure. I think that you know, obviously they have a lot of really skilled players, right? But I think that's just you know, I have confidence just from the teams we've played this year. You know, we played Denver 3 or 4 times, so playing against William, you know, and every team in the NCHC prepares you for that for sure.
So you beat Denver. Owen scores that game-winning goal in double overtime. What are you doing down the other end when your guys are going down there and winning games? What's going through your mind?
When that final goal goes in, I think just kind of relief. You know, when that, you know, when you're in overtime and, you know, whenever we have a chance, you kind of twitch. You know, whenever we're close to scoring. So, you know, when that final goal goes in, it's just you know, a big sense of relief and just happiness for sure.
Well, this guy, by the way, is the goaltender of the month in the NCHC after putting up some tremendous numbers there down the stretch. Finished with a 198 goals against and a 921 save percentage. Folks, those are crazy numbers for a goaltender, but he did it against some of the best teams in the country because you were playing in the tournament, you were playing in the conference tournament, and you're playing against some of the best teams there are.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think a big part of goaltending is obviously the defense in front of you. So, you know, that's a big testament to the guys that were in front of me. And, you know, they made my job pretty easy all year long. So, you know, obviously those numbers show up, you know, on my stats, but that's just a testament to the team for sure.
Yeah, and I know you'll be first to credit your defensemen because this is a really solid group of D-men that Western Michigan has, and those guys are back there. Everybody plays team defense on this team, but your defensemen, wow, what a special group of guys. They don't get the love that they probably should.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think with you know, how good our offense this year, you know, maybe our defense was, you know, a little underlooked for sure, but yeah, I mean, it didn't matter who was out there. You know, I was comfortable with all 6 of our guys out there for sure, and yeah, I had complete confidence in all 6 of those guys. And, yeah, I was just fortunate to be behind them all year.
When did it kind of sink in that you're going to win the national championship? You're out there on the ice, and the crowd. What was the crowd like for you when you're playing? First of all.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, you know, when we scored there a minute and a half into that, or whatever it was, 2 minutes into that championship game, the place erupted, and you know, in that moment, I kind of realized that you know, the crowd's probably on our side, and definitely gave me, you know, a little extra boost for sure.
Owen makes it 4-2 there in the third period after Cole Hudson comes down the ice, does a 360, doesn't really get much of a shot on goal, and springs a break the other way. Owen scores 4-2. Then Hakkarainen scores on a beautiful play by Shingothi, and then Owen scores the empty netter, and then you got to be thinking, okay, let's just get this last minute and 45 over with.
Yeah, for sure. When Eero put that 5th one in, you know, it was a little sense of relief for sure, but you know, there's still 4 minutes left, and anything can happen. So, you know, I wasn't going to let my guard down or anything and get distracted. But you know, when that 6th one went in, it felt really good, and yeah, it was just an unreal feeling. Yeah, it felt so good.
And you're on the ice, you're in the net, and you watch the bench, and you see the sticks and the gloves flying into the air, and they're all going for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was fortunate to win last year in Fargo, so I kind of learned that you want to get out of the way of the net, otherwise you'll get pushed right into it. So, yeah, I kind of just stepped outside of the net, and you know, all the guys jumped on me, and yeah, it was just you know, unreal feeling to be part of.
All this guy does, Hampton Sukinski, is pose for championship pictures because we go to Fargo, we're at the regional, and you walk into the building, and there he is posing in a team championship photo for the USHL champion Fargo Force, and then he comes to Western Michigan, he gets a Penrose photo, he gets a Frozen Face-Off photo, gets a regional at Fargo, and then another one in the Natty.
Yeah, for sure. Like I just said, you know, been fortunate to be on some really good teams, and you know, just play with a lot of really good players. So yeah, just really fortunate, and yeah, just happy to be a part of those teams.
We're going to take one final break and come back and wrap it up with these 2 guys as we talk Western Michigan hockey with Grant and Hampton Slukinski. I want to fill you in on a really cool thing that helped these guys develop when they were young men, or young boys growing up in Warroad, Minnesota. That's coming up next as we wrap it up after this final timeout on the Bronco Coaches Show. Back after this.
How far do you have to go to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV?
Not too far.
How about a new Ford F-150?
Not too far.
How about for basic maintenance and service?
Not too far at all. With Dorrance Ford's mobile service, we'll come to you.
Nice.
Now's the time to buy because we're making room for the 2025 Fords and moving out the 24s. Come in now for the best selection. Dorrance Ford is proud to support Bronco Athletics. Shop Dorrance Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Burdick's has burgers, not burgers. Burgers. All natural, honest to bigness, bona fide, aged steak, beef, burgers. Or chickpea. And Burdick's has beer, not beer. Beer. Whether it's winning the big game or winning at life, it all happens right here at Old Burdick's.
Attention Bronco fans. Looking for a direct way to show your support? Meet Roy, the mobile app that lets you back your favorite college athletes. If knowing exactly where your money is going matters to you, now's your chance to make a difference. With Roy, you choose which athlete receives your support, helping keep your favorite players on the team. Download the Roy app today and join us in shaping the future of your athletic program. Roy is a proud partner of WMU Athletics and the Broncos Will Reign Collective.
Well, I'm sure you've been on social media and you've seen all the stuff about Western Michigan hockey and the success of the Broncos and the championship and all the trophies that they won. And some stuff on some of the players. Coach Ferschweiler interviewing all over the place here in the last few weeks. Well, maybe the most interesting piece of social media that I stumbled upon was a homemade ice arena in Warroad, Minnesota that happened to be made by Mr. Slukinski, the father of these two guys. And got to see you when you were young. How old were you in that video? Maybe 9?
Yeah, probably 12 and 9.
9,
Yeah.
and Hampton was in the video. You guys had the most spectacular backyard ice rink I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. Our parents we're biased, but our parents are the best in the world, and we're really thankful for all that they've done for us. But yeah, our dad's been making the backyard rink at home ever since we could walk, and it's grown in size. We've got rounded corners now, and even a homemade Zamboni with a golf cart that we use in the summer. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the Zamboni is a golf cart with a jug of water on the back that drops the water down, and then I don't know, how you flood it with water and then wait for the snow, and how does it all come about?
Yeah, so how it works is if it snows, we'll snowblow it off, shovel it, and then fill up the tank on the golf cart with hot water, and we've got a towel just like all the rinks do. So ice is about as good as it gets. Sometimes cold showers at night, but at least the ice is good with the hot water.
As long as the ice is good, you can stand a cold shower. There were tons of kids. I mean, do you have a big neighborhood, or do they come from all over Warroad?
Yeah, we would have our teammates over basically every day. After school, having the guys over skating before practice, after practice. We lived out there, and we loved every second of it.
Well, Warroad, Minnesota, you got 8 months of winter and 2 months of bad sledding, so you got a lot of ice time out there in the backyard.
Lots of ice time, yeah. From about mid-November to early March, we were able to skate back there, and yeah, loved every second of it.
Get on social media and see if you can find that. Hand this over to Hammer. Hammer, I think I even saw sponsorship on the dasher board. Did your dad go out and sell some sponsors to make that go?
No, I think he just painted a couple
He painted those up.
wood boards and threw them up. But yeah, it's really cool to have those out there.
Oh man, and that's where you became a goaltender. And what did they do? You were the youngest, so they threw you in the net. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's just kind of the classic older brother story. So yeah, I've been just playing with his buddies growing up. Obviously a lot smaller, so only way I could play is just get in the net, and it just stuck from there.
Now in that video, Grant kind of towers over you. I think that's kind of changed. You're a little taller than your big brother.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously 3 years older. He's always was quite a bit bigger than me. I was probably a little undersized at that point too. But yeah, I think I got it by a couple inches now.
What's it been like for the team since you got back, Hampton?
Yeah, it's been a crazy last couple of days. I mean, just arriving back in Kalamazoo with the limos and going around town and seeing all the support and all the congratulations. It's been unreal, and yeah, we're just really thankful for all the support we had.
And all your buddies back in Warroad didn't give me a call?
Oh yeah, received a lot of text messages from buddies back home and just guys I've played with in the past couple of years. So just like I said, really thankful for all the support. Yeah, it's really cool to hear from all them.
Grant, now we get ready for next year. I mean, what have you done for me lately? You won a natty. Can we do it again? Can we get back?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Enjoying it here for a few days, but we're excited to get back to work, and we're fired up for next season.
You're going to get a whole summer now, Grant, with that guy back there sitting with Coach Ferschweiler, a gentleman by the name of Tim Herman, the top strength coach in Division I college hockey and a few other sports too. And he's going to get you ready to go.
Oh yeah,
Believe me.
Tim will have us ready. Yeah, he's you saw it in the NCHC Frozen Faceoff game especially. We had the legs there in overtime and we controlled the play. I think that's a big reason why we were successful in overtime this year was credit to him. So he's the best in the business.
Great point. Outstanding point there. All the overtimes that you played, but you guys were in the condition that could handle it.
For sure. Yeah, we had great legs. Even as those games went deeper, we were still feeling good. And like I was saying, just credit to Tim.
All right, now you're going to be considered among the leaders of the team as a junior coming up, and got a great group of leaders, great group coming back here. It looks like to make another run.
For sure, yeah. By the looks of it, we have a great returning core. As First was saying, we got some good transfers coming in, a great freshman class. So, we're still enjoying this, but we're really looking forward to next season as well.
Grant Slukinski and Hampton Slukinski got here last August or something like that, and it's been a wild ride for these guys all the way to a Division I national championship. Guys, thanks for a great season. Enjoyed calling all of your games and your goals and your saves, and can't wait until next year.
Appreciate it, Robin.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Hampton and Grant Slukinski, that's going to do it for our show tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't catch it all, you can catch it over on WMUBroncos.com. Appreciate our support here tonight. Got a lot of fans want to get a picture with the national championship trophy. So we're going to say goodbye. We'll be back here next week. One final show coming up next week right here from Old Burdick's Bar and Grill. Bronco Coaches Show on YouTube Live. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.